You've created a landing page so you can start collecting emails for your Etsy shop, but you also want to make sure that you're retaining those subscribers so they aren't grabbing your freebie never to be seen again. So today I'm going to show you how to get that set up so that you can start building trust and a relationship with your customers. Hi, you guys. Frankie here with Hello Frankie & Co. And I help Etsy sellers just like yourself start, market, and grow on the Etsy platform. And one of those ways that I'm going to do that today is I'm going to teach you how to set up a welcome series to nurture your new subscribers. Now, I created a video previously about how to create a landing page, which is simply a way for people to subscribe to your email list for your Etsy shop. You can check out that video. There is a link in the description. I also created a video where you can get started with email marketing in itself, and that link as well is in the description. So today we're going to start out with creating your welcome series. Now, before we get started with that, what is a welcome series and why is it so important? So a welcome email series is basically a sequence of emails that is automatically sent to people that subscribe or rather sign up for your email list. So the moment that they subscribe to your email list, that's a subscriber will get a series of emails over a certain amount of time. The importance of having a welcome series is your subscriber is still fresh and new and excited about their freebie and just to learn more about your brand. So this is your opportunity to step your game up and give them what they're craving while you have their attention. With your welcome series, you're basically introducing yourself, your brand, and you're showing people how you can best serve them. Ultimately, you are building your community, you're building trust, establishing a relationship, which eventually leads to sales. So I love welcome series because they have so many wonderful purposes, and ultimately it just gives that extra nudge for people to stay on your list, but also to make sales, right? So how many emails are required in a welcome series? There is really no defined amount. I've seen welcome series as long as 6 to 7 emails that go out over a course of 2 weeks. I've seen, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. So you kind of just have to find that sweet spot that works best for you. If you have a lot to talk about and you feel like it works well for your brand, then of course 6 to 7 emails is not an issue. Welcome series are great. Also a great way to kind of filter out who is and isn't a good fit for your email list. So if people decide to unsubscribe, again, don't take it personally. They just aren't a good fit for your brand, and they're probably just coming there for the freebie and to get out of there. And that happens all the time. But if they are really interested in your brand and are interested in purchasing your products and being a loyal customer, building that relationship with you, they'll stick through the emails, and actually they will love them. So that is where we're at when it comes to welcome series, and I'm going to show you how to do that in AWeber. So AWeber is my email management platform of choice. If you aren't familiar with AWeber, I use that for my Etsy shops and product-based business, and it's super easy to use. It integrates effortlessly with Etsy, and it's a great platform to get started, especially when you're a beginner in email marketing. So it's great for beginners as well as those who are most advanced in this arena. And, it's just an easy to use platform. And when you ever need some type of assistance, there's always someone that can either chat with you or you can get on the line and definitely speak with them. So we're working today with AWeber in regards to setting up your welcome series. Now, if you don't have an AWeber account, you can sign up. There is a link in the description, and it's totally free for up to 500 subscribers. Or if you feel like you need to upgrade, there is a higher version that you can upgrade for which is a paid version, but the free version works super well. And it's a great way to get started with email marketing without having to invest anything upfront. Okay. Again, link is in the description. You just click on it, get signed up. I also included another link of how to set all of that up so you can catch that as well. All right, so when you have signed into your AWeber account, you will come to your dashboard, and on the left side is also like your dashboard to navigate to where you need to go. You're going to click on messages. It's a drop down menu, and then you will click on campaigns and it will bring you to this page. If you are new, obviously you won't have any campaigns, and this will be totally empty. If you have been playing with this before, you may have a couple, or like in my case, I have one campaign for welcome series, and I may have another campaign for retaining customers that hasn't interacted on my list in a while, just so I can get them kind of like reintegrated on the list. So you can have as many campaigns as you would like to, but today our first campaign will be the welcome series. So there's a couple ways that you can create welcome series. I'm going to show you which way, both ways, and then you can decide which works best for you. So the first thing you will do is click on create campaign. You can either click this button here or up top, and it will basically asks you what type of campaign you would like to work with. So we're going to start off with the first one, which is create a blank campaign. Now, going through this list, you can import a campaign, in which I will show you how to do later on in this video, or you can create a campaign based on a template. So the welcome series template, lead magnet, blogger series, and mini course. So the welcome series is what we'll be working with, but you can also start from scratch as well, or import. So there's actually three ways that I will show you how to navigate. So the first one is the blank campaign. This campaign is the blank campaign is just if you want to just do what you prefer to do. So you would like to set up things on your own without any assistance. So we're just going to say, you can name it whatever you want to. I'm just going to name it template number 1 for today's purposes, and hit create. All right. And then once we get to the campaign editor, there's two options. You can either start the campaign when someone is added to your list, or you can start a campaign when a tag is applied to your subscribers. So to make it really simple, because you are a newbie, and this is the option that I use primarily when I'm starting a new campaign, is I want to start this campaign will kick in when a new subscriber subscribes to my list. Meaning when someone signs up to my list, this is a set of emails that they're going to get automatically. I don't have to push a button or approve anything. This is what's going to happen as soon as they subscribe. So we're going to click on unsubscribe. And now we can lay out how we would like our campaign, how we would like it to look, and customize it for our needs. So the first step is when someone signs up, this campaign will trigger and it will go to new subscribers. And then the next step is we're going to send a message. So we're going to drag this over here. So this will be your actions. And then this is where you can make edits to your actions. So let's say we're going to send a series of 3 emails. Okay. And this is going to be our first message that's going to go out. We're going to create that message. And what I personally like to do is I like to create my template first and then go back and edit everything. So let's say we're going to send a message, and then we're going to wait. Let's see if I can drag this. There we go. So we're going to wait a day before we send another message. Now, you can change this as well. So you can change it to maybe 2 days that you send another email after this first message. And you can also make it time specific. Okay. So I'm just going to leave it at 9 a.m. And we're going to send it at 2 days from when this initial one. All right. I want to send another message thereafter, and I want to wait another 2 days before. Let's do, yes, I'm going to wait another 2 days before I send another email. And then I'm going to send my last email. And so the first one, we're going to wait. And then this will be my last email that I will send out to them. Okay, so what that looks like is subscribers subscribes to your email list. They automatically get their first message. That first message typically is the freebie that you are providing them. 2 days later, I am going to send another message, which just talks about my brand. And then 2 days later, I'm going to showcase products that maybe are like bestsellers, or maybe talk about like ingredient spotlights, like spotlight maybe some ingredients, or maybe like maybe the fabric that you use for your products, or maybe the process. Now, 3 emails, that's just my preference. You can add as many as you feel works for your brand in order to get your message out. Okay. And the timing of the emails is up to you as well. I just am choosing 2 days. You can decide to send your next email in a week as opposed to, um, 2 days, right? So maybe we'll do that. And then the last email, they will get a week later, right? All right. Now you've got your system all set up, and let's just put a time to this since I put a time to the other one. So now you want to go back to your first email, and here you're going to click on the drop down menu, and you're going to start creating your email. So the easiest way is to do the drag and drop email, but you also can just do plain text. So if you're not adding images, you can do plain text. And then of course, if you have experience in HTML, then you can use this option. But drag and drop is the norm. And even with drag and drop, you can still do plain text. You don't have to just kind of be stuck with not adding any, just using the plain text message. You can certainly use the drag and drop option. Okay, so I clicked on that, and it's going to bring me to the email editor, template editor, and that's where you're going to make all of your edits in regards to this particular email. So today we're not going to customize this email. This is something that you'd be able to do on your own time, but I did want to show you what that looks like when you access that information. Okay, when you access that template, you'll be able to see how that works. This template is standard with AWeber, so it looks pretty much the same whenever you're creating any type of message within AWeber. So if it could just load, that would be great. There we go. All right, so this is, again, if you've already created an email in AWeber, or when you were creating your landing page, this is what this looks like, this area. You can put maybe your logo here. This is the area where you can write, introduce yourself. I like my first email to shoot out the actual discount code, but also tell something brief about my business, right? My brand. And the footer, you could probably put like some social media links. All of the elements here, you can drag and drop on the left hand side. So you can add images. You simply just drag it here and place it wherever you would like. And wherever like the blue line just kind of generates, that's where that can go. If you want to add video, which is really great, especially in a welcome series, that would be great. Maybe a button where you would like for them to be directed back to your Etsy shop. And again, like the social elements, you can also add like a product drag and drop as well, so that you can so they can instantly kind of check out with whatever link that you've added. Here is the coupon option. So I just want to show you that since this is like the first email, and I'm just going to drag it anywhere. So here it's just the cute little coupon, and you can add whatever type of text that you would like to, as well as your promo code. And when you click on that element, you can also make edits. Maybe you don't want it to be like a dashboard, or maybe you want it to be dotted. Maybe you want the colors to look a little bit different. So instead of like a gray, maybe you would like another color or a color that best represents your brand color, which would probably be my preference. So it's up to you how you would like to make edits. This is probably going to take the longest when you're creating your welcome series, because you are customizing it for your brand and you want to make sure that you're adding the information here that works best for your brand as well. Okay, so let's just say for kicks and giggles, we've already made our edits and you're going to save and exit. Don't forget, it probably won't allow me to because I did not put a subject line. Let's see. But you want to make sure that you're putting a subject line for the future reference. So your subject line is what people see when they receive your email. So like, hey friend, here's your freebie, or here's your discount. Your discount's on the way, or any catchy phrase that really works again for you and your brand. All right. Now, what happens is when you save and exit, it's going to bring you right back to your template that you were initially working with. So that's your first one. You have to make edits to every single email. So again, you will just click on your message and then click on the type of editor that you would like to. And that applies for every message. So once you've created all of your messages, then you can hit save and exit. All right. So there are some issues that I have to fix, and it's probably because I didn't choose a message to send. Okay, that's because I haven't created actual messages for that. So we're just going to save and exit. So if you have issues, AWeber will tell you, and they won't allow you to publish it until those areas are corrected. Okay. All right, so that's the first template. That's if you're creating a template from scratch. Let's create a template using the welcome series that AWeber has created for us. So we're going to just do welcome series. That's fine. We'll just leave it that way. You can change it to whatever you would like to. So it's generating that right now, and it will let us know when it's ready. And it's ready. So the difference between the first one is the first one we had to create on our own. We had to customize the way it looked on our own and create the sequence ourselves. With this template, everything's here. Everything, we don't have to click on anything else as far as actions unless we want to apply something else. Now, side note, I did not talk about the tag action. This is a little bit more advanced, and we'll talk about this in another video, but for today's purposes, you really don't need the tag. This is just tags are a way to create lists and groups. I guess the easiest way, lists and groups within your current list of certain people based on their actions. So maybe your original list is, for everyone, but then you may add a tag for maybe those that are interested in a certain product, or maybe you have two different type of discounts that are floating out there, and maybe you're adding a tag for someone that used your 10% discount and then someone that used your 20% discount, so that you can kind of separate them into groups if you need to. All right, but that's something you don't have to do currently, and it's a little bit more detailed, so we won't talk about that, nor will you have to add that currently today, but I will be creating a video all about tags and your email later on. Okay, so this is already set up for us, and basically it starts when someone subscribes to your email list. You want to, this is the message that's already there, and you can preview it. So basically they've given you a template to work with, and you're just going to make the edits yourself. Then, and a day later, you're going to send out another email, and again, they've created a nice little template here that's lined out for you and kind of guides you, and you just add your information such as logo, and of course you want to change the wording that speaks to your audience in your language, so how you normally speak to them. All right, and then a day later, they're sending out another message, and again, you can preview that as well. So that's pretty sweet. Okay, so that's the welcome series. And again, you still have to go in and make edits. So you'll just click on whatever message you would like, and it will, let's see, and then over to the right hand side, that's where you will click here to be able to make those edits. It'll bring you to the editor itself. And you have to do it for each email. Otherwise, your email list is going to get a generic template that has nothing to do with your brand, and that's kind of embarrassing. So you want to make sure that there are checks and balances, and that you are checking each and every one of those emails. You're not relying 100% on the templates to create your brand, your welcome series, and for your brand. Okay, so again, you're using the same elements here, customizing it for yourself, changing the wording, and then you can again remove things by hitting delete or adding elements if you like. You here the subject line is thanks for subscribing, but you can also kind of like make it a little bit more custom to fit for your brand. And we're going to hit save and exit. All right, and that brings us back to the template itself. And we're just going to say for right now, you've done everything, you've made those edits, and we're going to go back to the main campaign page. Let's see. So once this loads, we're going to say, hey, I'm satisfied with it, and I'm going to hit save and exit. Now, I do want to say one thing that I skipped out on is your list automatically, this campaign automatically triggers when someone new subscribes to your list. You can also add filters to that as well. So if you have like if it's a certain like source that you would like, maybe they're coming from like, if like from some other platform, a lot of platforms have an API number, and you can add that as well. Excuse me. If they're coming from another platform, maybe another email, or you're importing, you can add that filter. Maybe you want to do some type of ad tracking, you can add that information here as well. Or if they're coming from another country, you can add that information as well. So these are handy filters. If you just like, maybe you wanted to go to new subscribers and maybe subscribers in a certain country. Okay, so I usually don't add this information, but if that's something that because it doesn't apply to me, but if it does apply for me and my brand, then of course this is where you would add the filter. So just know that, hey, these are the subscribers that are coming, which is only on this list, only new subscribers. Okay, so we're gonna hit save and exit, and we're all set with that. Now, the last way to create a campaign is you're going to create a campaign, and you can import that campaign. So importing, you will click on the import and type in or copy and paste. So how you will find those imported campaigns is you will go to the visit marketplace option. And the marketplace basically has pre-written templates as well. So they have a little bit more templates that you can work with based on your needs. So if you have there's a cart abandonment one. If you are a blogger that has like, maybe you have a blog and you want to create like an email series, a course, there's also a blogger email series as well, a fitness. So there's several templates that they have listed here. The welcome series is the exact same one that we've loaded, but let's just say for kicks and giggles, you want to import a welcome series or any of these templates, you will just hit copy, and then you will go back to the main page and hit import a campaign, and we want to paste that and import. And it will basically, AWeber will just generate it. I'll just call it number 3. And you will just hit create, and sometimes it takes a minute it just says we're notifying you that we're generating it. And so it may take a little bit of time to load into your campaigns, but once it does, you will know, and then you can make your edits. But I can say the welcome series in that area is the same exact welcome series that we used. Let's go back here. It's the same one, okay? But it just gives you, I am a fan of templates because they make it, see, it tells you that successfully created. So templates I love because you don't have to do things from scratch. It cuts down time. It's just a lot more efficient for you. So if you are a, start from scratch type of person, go for it. I commend you on that. I'm more of a templates person because I will customize the heck out of it, but it just saves me a lot of thinking time and a lot of like hands-on time, as opposed to starting from scratch. Okay, so once you fully made all of your edits, now you have to make that campaign active. So we have 3 different campaigns listed here. We're just going to go with this one since it is there. It doesn't say any issues compared to this one. So we're going to click on the down arrow and we're going to activate that campaign. And that active campaign moves to the very top. If you ever need to make edits to it, you can always click on it and it will bring you back to your campaign and your messages, so that you can make edits to it. So here, this is the actual campaign sequence. That's when you click on here, that's where it's going to take you so that you can make edits to it. And then if you click on messages, you can go directly to one specific message as opposed to going through the entire campaign. If you want to share this, which I don't make mine shareable at all, that is a way to do that, but I don't make it shareable because I want people that this is an exclusive campaign, that is going out to people that subscribe to my list. So if you're sharing it on social media, it kind of defeats the purpose of having it because then everyone can see it. Whereas you want to have this exclusive for those who are only subscribing to your email list. You can also make copies of this. So once you make edits, I do this a lot. Once you make edits to this and you have made it like perfecto, you can make copies of this and you can use this for other type of campaigns that you create. So maybe you're creating a welcome series for, maybe you're creating another campaign for those that that haven't been active on your list for a while. You can just simply make a copy of it and then you can just edit the wording, but your logo, your brand colors, all of that good jazz is there. Again, it's just another way of like cutting down time for you. Now, this option is if you want to copy it to a specific list. So if you have multiple lists, which typically you wouldn't, but if you do, you can copy it to another list as well. All right, so that in a gist is how you create your welcome series. The most time that you will spend is with making your specific edits to it. My recommendation is that you create, 3 to 4 emails at best that you will send out. I like to create, my first email is the actual discount or freebie that you're offering. And the second email talks about the brand itself, why I created the brand. I like to make that a personal email so that it's coming from me directly. Sometimes we refer to our brand as we, as opposed to I, when a lot of times we is really one person. But that second email is like a note to my subscriber, and it talks about the brand and my why. People like to hear that. I also like to include either a video or a photo of myself or maybe a brand shot. My third email talks about like the products itself. So the type of ingredients I use or the type of materials I use. You can also show like maybe a video or image of like your workstation behind the scenes. And then if you decide to do like a fourth email, it's just kind of like, hey, just, thanks for joining my community. If you haven't gotten a chance to use your coupon, here it is again with the code. And, maybe you have an expiration date for the code if that's your thing, so that it kind of gives them a little bit of urgency. But the fourth email is just like kind of like a reminder. And then of the coupon code. And then, hey, check out some of our top sellers that a lot of our customers love. So the fourth email is kind of a way to, if they haven't started shopping, a way to nudge them to get into the shop, start shopping, and use that coupon so that you can make a sale. Again, welcome series is totally optional, but I love them because it's such a nurturing process. Don't feel like you're overwhelming your subscribers. If they feel like getting emails back to back is annoying, they're probably not your ideal person for your business anyway. And so, good riddance. All right, you guys. So, we have successfully created a welcome series, and you are all set. If you can do me a solid, if you find that this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so that you can get additional details and info on how to grow your Etsy shop and your business.